What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for Growing Up Hip Hop Season 5, Episode 17. So, we start this episode off. We're back down to Jamaica, and there is an uneasy truce, I guess, with I mean, at the end of the day, they are still family. They're playing in the water and all that good stuff, and then TT shows up, and they sort of start getting, they sort of start talking again about um, TT and um, the baby and Sam and all of that. But and Egypt's thing is, at the end of the day, I feel like this really was a waste. I still don't feel like they heard me. I don't feel like, and my thing is this: they heard you, they don't agree, and it just is what it is. And no one's going to agree because nobody agreed. Well, not nobody, but they don't agree with you being with Sam. So as long as you're defending Sam, there's going to be that's going to be a agree to disagree moment. And what y'all need to do is figure out how y'all can coexist as family without further fracturing the relationship. And that's really what it's going to boil down to. Now later on, we see TT talking to the boyfriend. They're walking along the beach, and the pregnancy wasn't planned, but her thing is, but yeah, but I want to be married. And he was like, so you want me to marry you? And she was like, yeah, I don't, I want to be married. And so I guess they're gonna get married, child. I don't know. I don't feel like I got a definitive, okay, let me get down on one knee and here's your ring. I felt like it was so you want to get married? Oh, okay. All right then. I mean, I guess we'll get married. Like, that's how I felt like. I don't feel like it was any, yeah, I don't feel like it was any, okay, let's get married. I feel like it was all right then. So then we have an Angela situation. She's sitting with her team and they're designing the stuff for Bow Wow. And of course, they had to have another conversation about Romeo Bow Wow and Angela getting back with Bow Wow. And how do we end up designing his wardrobe for for his tour? And this is a major tour. And my thing is this: I ain't mad at Angela's hustle. Angela talked her way into that whole project, honey. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. Um, we saw that she did an interview, and of course, they asked the same questions. What about Romeo? What about Bow Wow? Blah 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 blah. And she was like, you know what? I could be trying to sell press on nails, and they would ask me about Bow Wow and Romeo. Like, I just can't get away from it. Um, but even her friends seem to sort of be on board with her getting back with um Bow Wow, you know. But she was like, look, I done known this dude since I was 17 years old. Like, we do have a bond that's gonna probably never, go anywhere. But as far as a relationship, I don't know. And I don't know how much of this is her playing up for the story, for the show, versus how much she really might be interested. I don't even know at this point. Um Dame Dash got out of jail. He's still an arrogant asshole, taunting the reporters like, um, I don't know, child. He said he ain't seen his kids in 6 years. See, at a certain point, you just can't keep blaming everything on everybody else. You ain't seen your kids in 6 years. You paid all your child support, but you still couldn't come to New York. Now, they never did tell us what those warrants were for. So I don't know what the warrants were for, but it must be something he didn't want disclosed to us. But my thing is this: if you did not owe any back child support, there shouldn't have been any reason why you couldn't see your kids. Even when you owe back child support, you can still see your damn kids. I know that there, and I don't know each state to state, but I know people who owe child support, but they can still see their damn kids. Now, maybe because he owes so much, or maybe it's something we don't know. But dude, 6 years, you can't blame that on nobody. 6 years? 6 years. You can't blame that on nobody else, bruh. I don't know how many different people you want to blame for that, but you can't. No ma'am, no sir, no Pam. Anyway, so that's that, child. I ain't tripping off of him. And he was so arrogant. Even his lawyers were sitting back like, I wish he would just shut the fuck up. Like, I know that's what they were thinking. Was like, I really wish he would just shut the fuck up. Like, but I still look good though. But I mean, but I just paid the money. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, anyway. So Twist is having a birthday party. It's going to be, I told you this last week. It's a pajama party. So we see the house that he rented out. He said he's inviting Young Hollywood, yet when the party started, we still only saw the people from the show. So if there was any other celebrities there other than the people that's on this show, I don't know them. They didn't show them. And that's fine. It's okay. Brianna is alluding to her having a special guest. And she's bringing her new boo. And of course, the way they did it, you know it was a woman. You knew it wasn't a man. And I really hate the way they do these things. Like, it's so scandalous that she would be dating a woman. And, oh, it's such a secret. And, oh, I'm going to shock everybody. I almost felt like it was a prop. You know what I mean? Like, if that's who you're dating and that's who you're in love with and you are bisexual, because clearly up until now we've seen you with men. So if you are bisexual, it's cool. It is what it is. But at this point, I think using people's sexuality as a prop for their storyline, I'm just sort of over it. Maybe I'm misreading it, maybe y'all didn't read it that way, put it in the comments. But I felt like they spent the whole episode building up I'm bringing someone special. Oh, I'm bringing someone special. I'm bringing my new person that I'm dating, never using a gender. So obviously you know it was gonna be a woman. Anyway, so Egypt gets home. She's talking to Sam, and of course she's telling Sam how everybody picked on her and how everybody just wouldn't, nobody understands, and they're in love, and they just need to understand that they're about to be one, and da 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 da. And Sam's thing was, yeah, well, I feel like if I had been down there, things would have been differently. I feel like if I had been down there, Egypt would have been able to get her point of view across. That's okay, because next time I'm going to be there. Not if you don't get fucking invited, you won't. Because Maureen was clear. Mama Maureen, Auntie Maureen, Cousin Maureen was clear when she said, I want Egypt to come alone. So I bet you next time you won't be in Jamaica if your ass don't get invited to Jamaica. We know you ain't got no money, so you ain't going without the show paying for it. And you ain't going without Egypt or Pepper paying for it. So how the hell you going to get to Jamaica if you ain't invited? Anyway, then we start seeing Egypt really bucking up. And a part of me is like, I get it, Egypt. You are tired of people talking about your man. Like, here's the thing. I tried to look at this from Egypt's point of view. And from Egypt's point of view, if I were in love, and this is my man, and everybody just keeps talking about him, and I don't see what they see, and I don't agree with what they're saying about him, and this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with. I am so in love with this person that this, regardless of what everybody else is saying, feeling, seeing, this is how I feel. This is who I want to be with. This is who I love. I can understand that at a certain point, Egypt is over it. She is tired of defending her relationship. She is tired of defending Sam. And she feels like because she's the youngest that she's being treated some kind of way. I get it, Egypt. I do. I still think that it's coming from a place of love. But I certainly understand the frustration. So Egypt is like riled up because they got invited to Twist party. They know Brianna's going to be at the party. So of course everybody is like, yeah. And Sam was like, I'm gonna let you handle it. They just gonna see Trepper. They gonna see Trepper. And here they go with this Trepper shit. We ain't heard the word Trepper until the damn engagement party. Now all of a sudden Trepper is your alter ego. Girl, go sit down somewhere, Sam. And I was talking to Sam when I said, girl, sit down somewhere. That wasn't nice. That wasn't nice. I take that back. That wasn't nice. We're gonna call that boy a girl. Anyway, so then the other thing we see is that Master P and Romeo sort of took offense to a little joke that was made about Romeo with the whole ICDC college thing. I didn't know Romeo owned ICDC college. I thought he was just like a spokesperson and maybe owned like a percentage of it. But that goes into a for-profit education situation, and I have very specific feelings about for-profit schools, so I'm going to keep that separate. But I did not realize that Romeo owned it. I really thought he just was a spokesperson for it, because my thing was, dude, you went to USC. Now, I don't know if he finished. Did Romeo graduate from USC? But I know he went to USC. Anyway, moving on. What else? So, I feel like we at the party now. I just want to make sure I got everything. So, anyway, we get to the party. I feel like that's all we got left. because you know they're gonna drag this party out because y'all know Brianna and Egypt got into a physical altercation. And again, this is all over the media, social media. So I ain't telling y'all nothing y'all don't know. You know what I will say? There was one of Egypt's confessional looks. She had this curly blonde wig with the black roots. What they call that? Abrasia, whatever they call that. And when I tell you, Egypt looked just like Pepper in that, I guess between the way her hair was and her makeup, she looked just like Pepper. If you put that confessional look, I should make that my thumbnail if I can find a picture of it. If you make that confessional look and you put that next to the Get On Up Salt and Pepper when her hair was that platinum blonde. No, that wasn't her. That was Salt that had the platinum blonde. She was always sandy blonde in the, like, anyway. Go find a picture of Pepper in her younger days, not now, but like just a younger Pepper with a blonde wig on, and you put that next to what Egypt looked like in that confessional with her makeup. I said, oh my gosh, they look like twins. Anyway, we are at the party. So, Dame Dash's son shows up. He was the first one to get there. Well, of the crew to get there. He got on his little pajamas, honey. Everybody else is there in their pajamas. Then JoJo shows up with Eazy-E's wife and his wife. They show up and, you know, they got on their pajamas. They look real cute. JoJo has on the whole Hugh Hefner bathrobe thing going. It's real cute. They look real cute. Brianna shows up with her girlfriend, and her first outfit was a very sexy, very savant, you know, and of course she's inviting her, introducing her girlfriend as her wife, my wife, because of course she's making a big deal about, and I think again it was for, that doesn't mean that she's not really with this woman, because I believe that they are in a real relationship, but I'm just saying, like, she definitely wanted to make a statement with the whole my wife thing. And then she did a wardrobe change, and she put on a unicorn onesie, which was cute. It was real cute. Bow Wow and Angela show up together, honey. They show up together. And of course, everybody makes a big deal about them showing up together. They were like, we just got there at the same time. Child, whatever. Y'all showed up together. It's okay. I don't care. I don't. Somebody else. Oh, y'all know Twixt is in love with, Damon Dash's daughter, the one that's a model. So, you know, he's in love with her, honey. And he was like, if she shows up, oh my gosh. So, honey, when she walked in the door, why he fall out on the floor? He is a fool. He is a fool, honey. Twixt is hilarious. He was talking about, he was like, man, I would give up. He said, I would cut down on the weed for your sister. And he was like, well, would you, I don't know why his name is totally slipping my mind right now. But anyway, he was like, would you give up weed? He was like, he had to think about that thing. He was like, could I still do it edible? And come to find out, Twixt has really been sliding in her DMs, honey. Twixt has really been trying to get with her. And he was like, you know, most guys would probably be really offended by somebody pushing up on their sister. And his thing is, I'm not really worried about it because I feel like my sister is intelligent. He was, in a nice way, he was saying my sister got better taste and she ain't gonna hook up with him. But then the flip side, he was like, but if you do decide to date him, you better do right by my sister. And I'm like, you know, but that's all you can do because your sister is a whole grown woman. Like, if she decides to mess with Twixt, it ain't really nothing you can do other than let Twixt know, if you screw it up, I'm on your ass. Like, that's all you can really do is if you mess it up, I'm on your ass. So then Egypt and Sam arrived, and I feel like they showed up with bodyguards. I feel like they had bodyguards with them. But maybe everybody has bodyguards and we just don't see them. But they were clearly being filmed walking in with two big burly dudes walking with them. So I feel like they had bodyguards, which I find interesting since Egypt came in there ready to fight. Like, she 120% showed up ready to fight. Now here's the thing. Her and Brianna were trying to talk. And Egypt showed up in a sweatsuit with her hair in a top knot. Now, listen. Bree brought up a good point. Bree said, "Listen, you clearly didn't go to school in the hood because you know that that's fighting. Like when somebody show up with a sweatsuit on and their hair in a top bun, that is clearly I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to get this started." And that is exactly how Egypt showed up. Her whole energy was ready for a fight. What she had on, like everybody else has on pajamas, y'all show up in a sweatsuit. Like everything was, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that work. Like I'm ready to fight. I'm ready for that work. Like that's what everything you did was. Um, they were trying to talk, and the thing is this: Egypt wants an apology. So Egypt expects the minute that she sees people for them to be like, "I'm so sorry what happened. I was out of line. I really apologize." And that's what she was waiting for from Brianna. And Brianna was just like, "But I don't feel like I owe you anything. Like, I'm not sorry." And she was like, "Well, can I just tell you what I wanted to let you know?" So, of course, they flash back to last season, well, last episode, whatever, when they met up with the woman who was telling them all this dirt on Sam. Well, of course, Egypt has seen that episode by now. And, of course, her thing was, "I don't care. Sam is the Joker, so any woman he's dating is Harley Quinn. I know that he slept in his car. I know the story about why he was in his car. Um, he's not using me. I'm really offended that people think that I'm too stupid to know when someone is using me, or too stupid to understand when I'm being used." Like, and my thing is this. Again, I don't think it's stupid. I think it's just protective. I think everybody's very protective of you. And when you are in a certain place, a certain status, you do have to be mindful of that. Like, you have to be 100% mindful of people trying to get close to you specifically for a come up. Like, you just do. You just have to be, you just got to understand that is what it is. So, her and Bree just kept going back and forth, and she was like, you did, you ruined my party, you did this, you did that, you owe me an apology, I'm really sick of you. And Brianna was like, "You were just not the person that I knew." And she was like, "You're right, I'm not, because I'm grown, and I'm not stupid, and they just kept going back and forth. And then Brianna stood up on Egypt stood up on Brianna, and Sam was doing that same immature bullshit, like, "I'm just gonna stand over here and let them handle it. And then, of course, then the cameras cut, because they want us to come back next week to see what actually happened. But we know they got into a physical altercation. It's all over, child, it's all over the place. I don't know the specifics of the physical altercation, but we know it went down. So anyway, y'all, it is what it is. That was what it was. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.